And the IDF has released footage of a jet being shot down. Israel F-35 has shot down an Iran jet, Yak-130. It's dramatic footage of a hunt and hit. So this is the latest visuals now being released by the IDF of this particular attack that has taken place, an aerial, hunt and hit mission. IDF releasing footage of this jet shooting that took place. An F-35 has shot down an Iran's Yak-130. Back to Aditya now for more on this particular development. And Aditya, very dramatic footage there.
Well, certainly a very, very dramatic footage from the IDF. Remember, NDTV was the first to break yesterday that an Israeli F-35I had hit out at Yak-130, Russian fighter jet of the Iranian regime. And these are the visuals now coming in, captured by the IDF from their F-35 periscope. The camera that has really, captured that entire moment when there was some kind of a dogfight that was being reported in the Israeli media. But essentially, there is no comparison between Yak-130 and F-35. F-35 was much better, lethal, and has more edge over any other aircraft in the entire region. So these are the visuals coming in, released by the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, officially, of the incident that happened yesterday. In fact, in which F-35 had shot down over the Iranian airspace a Yak-130. So clearly, it's not restricted to water, where a submarine, submarine has hit out an Iranian frigate. Now, aircrafts of the Iranian regime also under target by the Israeli Air Force, and perhaps we haven't seen the end of it. There's much more that is, going to come in future. It's only the 6th day of the war that we are talking about, and Donald Trump has already said it could take 4 to 5 weeks, or who knows more. But no question of a ceasefire or some kind of talks to take shape, because the Iranian foreign minister has also hit out at the US and said that they should be prepared for consequences.
That's right, Aditya. Thanks so much for joining us. With that, only the 6th day of this war, as you put it. Let's go across to Shiv Arur as well. And Shiv, very dramatic footage that has just been released of this hunt and hit mission in the skies.
Gargi, it may not look like it, but the video that we've put out here on NDTV, released a few minutes ago by the Israeli Air Force, is actually combat aviation history, because what our viewers are looking at is basically the first visual proof of the first air-to-air kill by an F-35 fighter. Now, the F-35 is an American-built stealth fighter that has been in operation for about a decade or so, both in the US Air Force as well as the Israeli Air Force. This particular video captures an Israeli F-35 shooting down from well beyond visual range, a far less capable Yak-130, which is basically an advanced jet trainer or a light fighter that's used by the Iranian Air Force. They are a reasonably new aircraft that they had acquired just a few years ago. But this is a complete combat mismatch. An F-35 going up against a Yak-30 is pretty much like a dragon going up against a housefly. There is simply no comparison whatsoever in terms of capability, in terms of reach, in terms of range, in terms of weaponry, in terms of anything at all that can measure the strength of a combat aircraft. So it's a little embarrassing in that sense, to call this an air-to-air kill, given this Yak-130 didn't stand, a semblance of a chance. But in the annals of combat aviation, it will count as a record, it will count as a kill, because this is, after all, live combat that's taking place. This Yak-130 is very likely to have been armed with air-to-air missiles, or maybe even some ground attack weaponry. It's also a sign that the Iranians are throwing all their aircraft into the air, because they're on the back foot, but definitely combat aviation history in one little video clip.